What's up, y'all? This is the Thug Lord Tupac. Be sure to check out Westside Radio.
Welcome to Westside Radio, everybody. I'm Julio G. I'm going to get right to it right now. I've been inviting all my friends, man. And this brother right here popped up on me, and I'm so glad he's going to come and be on the podcast. Right to it. Eastside K-Boy, thank you for coming, my brother.
What's up with it? I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming out. You hit me up, and it was crazy because I was telling you, I totally forgot that I had done like a mixtape for you early in the game too, man. What year was that we did that?
2008.
2008, huh?
Yep.
And it was a Jacket for Beats.
A Jacket for Beats.
Damn, how did we do that? You remind me, because you got to put me back. You threw me off with that. I totally forgot about it. But remind me how we even got together to do the mixtape.
So I started off with G Malone.
That's right, yeah.
With the Blue Division. Honestly, I think Glasses dropped a mixtape called The Electric Chair. And my verse stood out. That's how even DJ Ill Will was a part of the tape too. He had hit G and liked my verse. And you had somehow got in contact with G too, but me being me, I reached out to you.
Yeah.
And you was like, come on, let's do it.
Yeah.
And that was my first mixtape, and that's the mixtape that put me on the map, honestly. So I appreciate
I'm glad to be part of it. Hell yeah, that's dope, man. Eastside K-Boy, let me ask you this. I always like to ask people about the origin of the name and who gave you the name and you know what it represents, but break it down, Eastside K-Boy.
Well, back then, even it was just K-Boy.
Okay.
So everybody think it's like some hood name. It's really my real name is Kenneth.
Okay.
So my granny used to call me Kenny Boy, and I got it from my uncle. He started calling me Kenny Boy. That's my real childhood nickname in my family. I just got older and just didn't want to be called Kenny Boy no more, so I just said K-Boy.
K-Boy, huh?
So when I got older, a little bit further in the game, I was always introduce myself like I'm K-Boy off the East Side, so I just put the East Side in front.
I love it, man. What got you into music, K-Boy?
My mother's baby brother, his name was Ray Ray. He taught me music, taught me how to write 16 bars and all that. But unfortunately, he got killed when I was like 12. So he was teaching me young, and that's the first time I ever seen somebody rap, you know, in real time because that was my uncle. So if I'm not mistaken, I always tell Warren G the story. I think he was supposed to meet Warren G the next day, but he never made it because he was killed.
Oh, man. That's crazy. And you know what's crazy about it is that is so important, the bars, to understand how to count bars, believe it or not. Yes. That is like kind of like the most important thing to when you're first trying to structure music. Yeah. And then you start to figure out, oh, this is how music is put together. Now I understand. It's not just about just where do you rap and then where do I stop? You know what
exactly,
I mean?
because that's what we all do in the beginning. He made it real easy for me. He just was like, just write 16 lines and that's your 16 bars. So he made it as easy as possible.
He's like, okay, but let me ask you about this. You came up in an era where it was like I would say like, I know a lot of people didn't like that word, the New West, but for me, I felt like it was like another version of it, or like the younger version of it. Some people didn't like that name, but it didn't bother me that much. I didn't think it was like trying to say that old West is old and it's over with. I just thought it was just like, hey, we came up off y'all. We're like the new fresh West. You know what I'm saying? So, but tell me some of the people you came up with, because that was a special time those years, man.
Yeah, the New West movement. G Malone, Nipsey, J Rock, K Dot, of course, Schoolboy. So that whole TDE, 211, Joe Moses, Rocket,
yeah, I remember that. Topic
for sure.
Topic, and then
626. You got Maestro, Bishop Lamont.
Yep.
Who else was a part of it? Sticks for Watts, Holla, Bad Luck.
I don't know. Remember Cartoon from the IE?
Cartoon was popping. Problem, of course.
Problem. Yep. That was a special time. And let me tell you something. At the time, I had just got back on the radio at 93.5 K-Day, right? And I was doing Westside Radio on Sunday nights. And I was on the air also, but I was just doing like, Westside Radio on Sunday nights. But that was a time where I was like breaking all those people. Like I was the first one to play Glasses Malone off of a mixtape. I was the first one to play J Rock. I started J Rock.
Lift Me Up.
Yeah. And then I did. I want to say Nipsey too, because I hosted his first like listening party.
Did I say Nip? How can I forget?
Yeah,
Nip?
no, you said Nip. No, you said Nip. Yeah, you said Nip. And then I had Dro from Watts, from Jordan Downs. So I'll tell you a story just so for the people that are watching. At the time, because I live in Linwood, so I'm always cutting down through Watts. So one day I was cutting through Watts, and I was at the red light on Central and Imperial. And I was looking at the Nickerson Gardens right there, and I was thinking to myself, I thought about OFTB because I used to mess with them back in the day. Shout out to Bus Stop. So one day they invited me to come to the Nickerson Gardens, OFTB, and I brought my drum machine. This is like early 90s. And so I used to mess with him, you know what I mean? Because my boy Bus Stop, he used to work at UPS when I was working there, so that's how we knew each other. But I was thinking about them, and I'm like, damn, man, like, I got to put more than just, I've been playing too much to Compton and Inglewood and Long Beach. And I said, man, I got to do something for Watts. Yeah. Why, you know, because I thought, damn, I ain't seen something since OFTB. And then like maybe a couple weeks later, I met Glasses, and he was the first one. Like he wasn't from Nickerson Gardens, but he was like from Watts. Yeah. And then I was 7th Street Watts. Yeah. I was like, oh, I gotta give this guy a chance, man, because he's from Watts. You know what I mean? And then like another couple weeks later, somebody emails me, Lift Me Up from J-Rock, and I heard it, and it said artist. From Nickerson Gardens. It was pretty simple, the email. Just I don't even remember who sent it to me, but they sent it to me, and I said, oh, Nickerson Gardens, OFTB. Let me listen to this. So I heard it, and I was like, oh, I'm coming on the radio with this tomorrow. Like I cleaned the song up itself. I cleaned it up myself. Basically, did the clean edit. Day you was doing that. I was doing the edits. You know what I mean? That's how I got Glass and Malone off the mixtape. I had to clean that song up. So I used to be good with editing. So I did a really clean edit of Lift Me Up, and I came on that next day. And I played it like, I want to say maybe like 15 times in a row, right?
That beat was hard.
It was crazy, yeah. And it was just kind of the thing of like, I wanted to put Watts on. Like, and then I started messing with Dro from Grape. So it was like, we had the Nickersons popping, we had the Grapes. I was looking for who I was going to get from the PJ Watts, you know, and then I had Glasses too. So it was a fun time at that time. I was trying to get all of us kind of going. And then I get off the radio and I just kind of felt bad. I feel like I left you guys kind of bubbling, like everybody was starting to hear Bishop, and then I'm playing Glasses, and then J-Rock, and then Dro, and then it was just Topic, and then I was just you know, I was trying to bring the West game back, and then like I said, I felt bad because I got off about 2007, and then everybody had to figure it out on their own from there, because I don't really feel radio really was supporting, all you guys had a hell of a movement. I just don't think that they caught on to it like in that way, you know what I'm saying?
No,
so,
I didn't.
Okay, well, let me ask you, what do you think the temperature of the West Coast is today? Like, from your perspective, like what is going on out there? Is the West popping? Is it everybody's on their own, or are they working with each other? What's the temperature out there?
No, I think we have motion, and everybody is working with each other, whether you see it or not. It's a lot of things going on in these rooms, and it's a lot of artists dealing with each other. I want to commend Dot for putting the spark back on us. But like Mike and Keys and Problem, they are doing some great things over there in that studio with Mike and Keys. So I think Problem just A&R and put together and executive produced Lefty Gunplay's project. They said AZ Chike over there, RJ over there. I've been over there a couple of times. So we got this thing going on where we trying to get it back together. So we might not see it a lot, like, outside in the public like that, in the public eye, but it's a lot of things going on in the background, and we really trying to solidify this West Coast thing back going again. So it's some good shit going on.
That's good to hear, because it's I always strive for that. My whole thing always was like, how can I get people to like get past the street part of it and like really look at it as music and like as a musician. Whenever I could squash beefs, I would step forward and like, hey bro, this is my boy right here, man. You guys should just work with each other, even though you're from different neighborhoods, man. You should like get to know each other, and that's how I did a few people like that, you know what I mean? And they end up working with each other and stuff like that, which I like. I just heard a record that you did that was really good that Battlecat did, and you did it with another rapper,
Jay Killer.
Yeah,
from the Pueblo Bishops. We from the same side of town. Yeah,
fire, bro. That was so fire.
It was actually that. So this how this happened. Jay Killer, that's my boy from the Pueblos. The opposite side is where I'm from, but we both from the east side, Low Bottoms.
Yeah.
So Disco reproduced it, Disco Boogie from Inglewood. And I just always had a protocol, bro. So I called Cat, like, I know you did this beat. I'm trying to see if we can clear it. Can you clear the sample, or what can we do? So Cat was like, man, that's why I love you, K. Look, let's just make it easy. Let me reproduce it with Disco. And, look out for the OG, we get it cracking. So I called Jay Killer like, look, bro, this is going to be bigger than what you thought it was. Forget sampling it. Battlecat gonna replay his drums, redo some stuff, and let disco stuff stay on the track. And now you got a disco on Battlecat track. He said, hell yeah. We put it together. Battlecat came to the studio while he was producing. If you've seen the video, Battlecat was in the video. And we put it together, and history was made. And it was big on our side because we supposed to be so-called enemies, so it was cool. So,
and let me ask you about that, because I that's what I liked about the video. Honestly, I like when I see like people that you wouldn't expect to see together, and then I like how he represented and you represented, and it was fun. It was a cool thing to watch, and then the song was so dope. So it's like, is it difficult to do that? You know what I mean? And how do you go about doing that when you have to kind of cross that street line and be like, hey, bro, that we should do something, musically or something? How do you do that, K-Boy? Because LA is a little tricky. You know what I mean?
It is tricky. I just feel like if it's not ongoing tension, like every day, I feel like it's possible. And you just got to be a man though first, and you got to be somebody in your section, and it has to benefit you. And a lot of people gonna have problems. Everybody not gonna have the same vision as you, right? That's cool. I understand that everybody from my hood don't rap, but if they feel like it benefit me, and I am somebody from over there, you may have some naysayers, but majority of them gonna let it go. Just technically, yeah, he's a blood, I'm a Crip. We supposed to beef, but we ain't had no funk with them in so long. It's like an unwritten ceasefire. So it's like, why not do it?
Yeah.
We ain't nobody shooting at each other anyway, so we might as well do it. So but that's my real homie though. So at the end of the day, it's not like, oh, I just met him on some music shit. Yeah. Like I fuck with him anyway. So you can't tell me not to fuck with somebody I've been fucking with for a minute anyway. So but it was just big though. It was just big.
Great record. Big. I loved it, man. You fuck with a lot of people though, K-Boy. That's one thing I noticed about you. You get around. You got a good personality, so you know how to like politic with people and talk to people. You know what I'm saying? And that's a gift, because not everybody has that. You know what I mean? And can just go to different neighborhoods or do songs with different people and just still be able to function and maneuver. You know what I mean?
I take pride in that now. I didn't get it at first too. Glasses seen it earlier. I didn't understand it, but yeah, you're right. It is a gift. It's something that you don't learn. You just gotta have it on you.
It's an energy. Yeah.
I just also just about just being human and just know that if you walk with a level of respect and integrity and still represent yourself and your section in a great fashion, should nobody even have no problem or say anything to you.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, K-Boy, are you, and the reason I ask you this is because I was working with this guy before, and he used to tell me, he's like, I'm not a rapper, I'm a gangster. And I was producing him. This guy named Toka, rest in peace, from the Brown side. He used to tell me this, like, I'm a gangster trying to rap. I'm not a rapper trying to be a gangster. He was just honest with me. Like when we go into the studio, he would kind of like let me know that, like, hey, homie, I'm a gangster, homie. I like to do rap though. You know what I mean? How do you feel about yourself in that way? Do you feel I'm a gangster or I'm a rapper, or
I used to feel like that in the beginning. Like, I'm from my hood, so I'm a gang-banging rapper. But then when you look at it, you're like, no, I really got a God-given talent. I used to get mad though. I was just telling the homies, like when I used to be younger, I used to hate when niggas would be like, oh, that's the rapper homie. So I would get offended and pull up to the set. Like, I'm not just a rapper. But as I got older and wiser, it's like, nigga, you do rap. Right. You are the rapper homie, nigga. Right. It's no different if the homie made it to the NFL. You're going to be like, oh, that's the football homie. Nigga, you play football. So it's just a level of maturity, and that's all. So I got what he was saying, but I felt like that in the beginning too. But shit, you both, honestly.
Yeah, no doubt. Let me ask you about Dave East, because I heard you do some records. You've had a few records with Dave East. How did that formulate? Like, how did you end up doing so many songs with him? Because you did some heaters with him.
Yeah, that's my boy. Spoiler alert, we working on an EP right now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So Dave East is from New York. He's a Crip in New York, and he's from a hood that originated out here.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? The Rolling 30 Crips.
Wow, okay.
So my homegirl, Red, and my homie Drew from over there is really locked in with him. Quick story, Red used to always be like, Dave East in town. She called Dave East her son. Red is one of the most known female Crips in Los Angeles. Okay. And she really go from state to state searching for her homies in the Crips. And she found Dave East. So anyway, she used to always say, like, she was a good advocate of me rapping and not bullshitting. So she used to be like, bro, you just be bullshitting. You so dope, but you just be bullshitting. You just think because you talented that it's going to happen. So Dave was coming in and out of town, and I used to always miss the session when she would try to you know, set it up. She'd be like, see, I'm not doing it no more. So then Drew tried, and I went to the session. I just sat back, you know, played my role like I usually do. I don't be getting up in niggas' faces like, yeah, I'm the rapper they talking about. I just sat back, let him do his shit for like the first 2 sessions. We came back, and then Drew said, can homie play his shit? He like, yeah, for sure, could play it. And when I played it, I played him the freestyle I did to Joe Moses beat, Really Out Here. I did a version called Really Out Here too, the remix off Joe Moses song. And he was going crazy. I still had the reaction on my phone. He was going crazy. From then, we was locked in. He pulled up a beat, he did it, and you know, he had his homies from his hometown. When they seen that I can keep up with him, they was like, oh, this is what's up. And he liked that too. You know, it's always a competitiveness. Yeah. So he liked that too. Like, oh, nigga, you rapping too. Like, yeah. And ever since then, bro, we've been locked in. We thorough. Yeah. I done made some plays for him. We went to go shoot a video in New York called Crib Street. So
I seen that. I seen the video, and I actually heard the song.
Yeah, we've been locked in ever since then.
I want to ask you about something else, K-Boy. I noticed, like, when I was listening to your music, I noticed you got into the auto-tune side of it, but you mastered it because I like those records. Are really good records. Like it, to me, it shows off like you're a writer, like you're a songwriter. How was that different for you from just like the songs where you just getting off and snapping, and then you make these other songs and it's just, they're really musical and they're very thought out. They're really great songs, actually. I just think you did really good with those songs, especially like the last one, like I said, the Ghetto one I heard the other day.
Ghetto Love Story.
Ghetto Love Story, really good song. How did you get into that space? Well, let me try something different and then master it in that way.
I really think I was a singer in my past life.
Okay.
I really listened to a lot of R&B records, more than rap anybody. You know, that's a fun fact. If y'all know me, I'm a pull up playing R&B, old R&B. I love 90s R&B. I think I get more inspiration of listening to the R&B record actually to write a rap. I don't know why. That's just me. That's just my personal thing. But I love R&B music. I was just musically inclined since a youngin'. So back to Glasses. His brother Pooh and Jazzy D, they always thought I had a knack for women. Glasses used to be like, bro, I know you want to be super crip on these records and tell everybody where you from and all that. That's cool. But I really think if you go to the ladies, he's been saying this since I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
I just didn't listen to it. You know, we laugh about this all the time. I used to be like, bro, you just hating on me because, nigga, I gangster rap just like you and everybody love me, nigga.
Yeah.
And he just like, whatever, nigga. You just don't get it, little nigga.
Yeah.
So 10 years later, I said, let me try something. But if people remember on Jacket for Beats that you did, I redid Lil Wayne and T-Pain on there using the auto-tune. That's when people first heard it, and that was their favorite song. Back then, I was worried about what people thought. So I thought if we did that, you know, back then everybody hated it. Everybody was talking bad about auto-tune. And it's whack, and it's not hip-hop, and it's trash. And
it's over. And,
and then we were so ignorant that we just wanted to cater to men. Now when we look at it, it's like we was on some weirdo shit. Why do we want to just cater to men? Like the women are the one that's gonna support buy the records and all that. Pac tried to tell us so.
For sure.
Once I knew that people like that record, I just dibbled and dabbled. Like every time I put out something, dibbled and dabbled. And then shit just recently, probably like the beginning of COVID, I just said, man, I'm finna go in there and really just see and just perfect it. And
is it different though? Like is it when you approach it? Because I don't know. It just sounds
fun.
I was gonna say, it's actually what does it do for you? Because it sounds like you sound different to me. It just sounds like you're more laid back. There's a couple more background things that you play with it a little bit. So you have a sound. That's why I was wondering.
I think it's more fun. It's well thought out. Since I don't write, so I have to think more. Because like how you said, now I have to think like a songwriter. I have to think like, if I was a real R&B dude, how can I convey this message to the woman that I'm trying to do? Because R&B cats and writers is, I feel like the coldest writers in the game. Because you really have to tell a story. So I love it actually, and
I think you got it down. I think you got some good songs.
And believe it or not, I think the hood niggas like it more than the females.
Yes, I mean I enjoyed it, and that's what I was thinking. I was thinking to myself, I was like, after I heard a couple songs, some bangers, bro, that I heard yesterday and the day before yesterday. I was listening to you. I think you like one song away. I honestly think you're like one song away, man.
I appreciate it.
You're right there. To me, you're right there. I think you should be already on the radio. That was what I wanted to ask you also. Do you get radio play in LA? Is LA showing you love, or how is it working out here?
Sometimes. So I got to give credit to the ones that have. DJ Charisma.
Okay.
Love her sister.
Yeah, good person.
Justin,
good DJ.
Justin Incredible. Honestly, when Felly Fel was at the radio station, Justin Incredible filled in for him and at the New at 2 back in the day.
That's right. I
and
remember
he
that.
played my record, Overdose. I'm never gonna forget that. That's when I kind of like wanted to do my own thing. Straight away from Blue Division, said, "Gee, I'm gonna try this on my own." And he like, for sure. He gave me his blessings, and I just came up with this song, and I just I played it for Justin Incredible. He said, "Hey, send it to me." He liked it. Felly wasn't on radio that day. Before you know it, everybody was calling me like, "Bro, they just played you at the New at 2." So the next day, you know how this work. You're already a person now, so you know that they don't want to look like they deafed out. So Felly played it the next day when he came back again, and I just thought I was on. So
Was that the first time you heard yourself on the radio?
yeah, I went crazy.
Wow.
I went bananas.
That's an incredible experience. I don't know if people know that, but like,
Yeah.
it's something. It's like having a baby almost. It's like it'll never happen again. Like in that way, that first time.
You know, the first time was,
and it sounds different. Doesn't it sound like different when it's in between other songs? It's just like, damn, that's me.
It's crazy, and it's crazier when they introduce the record and bring it back. That's the cold feeling. So then, you know, big fan of you, inspired by you. How you used to have back in the day, like I think it was somebody, was a DJ Quick, somebody rapped before you came on the radio.
My intros, yeah.
So I took that and did that for Just Incredible Lift Off. So I took it back to the essence, and I was the first person to do his intro. This is documented. That means I was on the radio every day.
Smart.
And
that helps, believe it or not.
No, it did.
It is. It's a big deal.
At that time, everybody was like, "Bro, they get to hear you every day." We just turned on Lift Off every day at 7 p.m.
Perfect time.
And moms, wifey, everybody. My kids was younger. Oh, they went crazy to hear me on the radio.
Let me ask you about this, K-Boy. Reinventing yourself, because it's like a reinvention, right? What is the reinvention, and how do you approach that? Coming back, it's a different time. It's not the 2007, 2008. It's way more options now, way more things to be able to touch to get yourself somewhere. You know what I mean? What's your concept of the reinvention of?
Well, now reinventing myself as an artist, but letting everybody know that the upside to me is I'm not just an artist. So the artistry, I'm still perfecting that, mastering that. Going back to what he was talking about me doing the auto-tune, I low-key was tired of waiting on features from real singers, so I mastered it. So I put out a whole project called Gangsters Need Love, and I rap the verses and I sing the hooks. That was cool. So that's reinventing myself to letting people know, like, okay, he can just do more than just gangster rap per se. Then on another scale is positioning myself as the businessman, as the playmaker, because I have all these resources and connects, so I put people in position to win. I do artist relations and help over there at Shockaware. I just did something with them in the game the other day.
Okay.
So, but I've been doing that with them for like 3 years straight. I am now the creative director at PV Jobs. It's a nonprofit that's in my neighborhood on 41st and Main.
Okay.
I had brought my young homies with me, Baby Moving in Eastwood, but Baby Moving did over 10 and a half years in prison, came home, got in that program, and it's really because of him I'm in the position I am right now as far as the nonprofit space, because he's in a program. He kept telling me, "Bro, I want to do this camera shit and this podcast shit. Come fuck with me." And I tell him the real story every day. I'm like, "Bro, I apologize for shining you off, because you kept saying it was in the hood." And I was just like, "What the fuck are we gonna do in the hood?" Until I went to the facility, full-fledged podcast room, studio, big stage, office space, right smack dab in the hood, where 2 lights away is the park where we hang at. I go in there, we do the interview. He interviews me. From there, it's history. I loved it. I asked him, "Hey man, have y'all ever did a toy drive?" The ED, Mary Taylor, shout out to her. Big part of why I'm doing what I'm doing now, despite me wanting to get back to my own neighborhood. I did my first toy drive last year, which was her first toy drive, and it was successful. Black and brown, over 200 toys for black and brown kids. We did a showcase for the other participants in there. My Young, the BFB, Grimy. These are the participants that's all from different walks of life and different gangs that's in my program. And they got on stage, performed probably, for their first time in an environment that's not gang related. And it's very fulfilling for me.
I was going to say, how does that make you feel?
So this reinvention is like, I feel like that's my calling way more than music. This is my passion. I'm always doing music, but this right here, I wake up every morning, do my daddy duties, take my kids to school, and go straight to PB Jobs every morning.
Wow.
And go deal with the youth. I feel like my obligation is to help save a soul.
No, absolutely. What do you think what is your gift with that? Like, how do you approach a young man when you see him? Because I know it has to remind you of you somewhat. You know, how do you go about it?
So the program I deal with is 16 to 24, but my youngest is 18. So in the beginning, you got to remember they gangbang too. And when you was that age, it's this, I don't really care what you did, it's what you doing now. What have you done for me lately? Type, mentality that young niggas got, because we didn't want to hear our OGs talk about, yeah, nigga, when we was out here, it's like, but you not out here. We out here now.
Right,
and that's what we doing.
It's true.
And then being from another hood, trying to tell somebody that's from another gang and I'm not their big homie from their gang is challenging. But the youth I deal with, they're very, very receptive to my message. They actually listen, and that's what makes me say, okay, this is what I need to do, because they understand that I come from the same walk of life as them. We're not from the same hood, but they understand that I don't understand them. We done bumped heads a few times, but it's gonna be like that. This shit not gonna happen overnight. Just like the things that me and you, we still doing at the age we are, because it's still not, it's not all the way over with.
Yeah.
We still trying to bridge the gap with the Bloods and the Crips, the Black and the Brown. It's a process, and it's gonna take a long time. We might not be able to see that shit. Our kids might see it where everybody's singing Kumbaya, but at least we trying to make an impact. So back to your question, it's like, I just approach them regular. I approach them in the language that they understand. I approach them in the terms that they understand, in the body language and the posture they understand. I don't try to be forceful or be like, nigga, you know what it is? I just talk to them like if I was from their hood. I talk to them if we was on the block. But now I'm teaching them how to have so let me break this down. It's a media pathway. So we have podcasters, we have artists, we have people that want to edit film. So I'm teaching them industry etiquette. I'm teaching them how to network. So I took them to go see Black Sam. Shout out to Black Sam. I love him. They talked to Black Sam. Black Sam allowed them to interview him. You know Black Sam don't talk to nobody.
Right.
He gave them over like $20,000 worth of Marathon clothing for free. Took him to the Marathon Burger. Fed him himself, passing out burgers and all. I had a footage to show it. And from there, I took them to 1500 Day, where they got to see me perform. And I got to show them how to network and see how everybody comes up to me. And we all in the industry. Yes, you have the corporate people here, but you still have the corporate street people like us. Yeah. That are in here. We from this walk of life, but we in here, we know how to mingle and all that. I had them talking to people they probably want to never talk to. I'm not going to disclose their hoods, but just know that the people that I introduced them to, they probably would have never talked to them in their life if they wasn't in this program. So we doing that.
That's beautiful, man.
Like I said, I'll be talking about this all day.
No, but that's beautiful that you're doing that with the youth, man. You know what I mean? That's just, I think it's just so important. You know what I mean? They have to have somebody has to come and help out, you know what I mean? And kind of guide, you know what I mean? That's very, very important. You know what I mean? I have to ask you this also. I just, when I see what I see today, I don't know. I want to ask your opinion of it. It just seems like the YouTube is really like exploded, and just you learn so much about stuff that used to be so quiet back in the days. We couldn't really talk about, you know what I mean? It just seems like now it's just so like they just broke the door open, man. And it's like back in my time, like I said, it was real quiet. It wasn't, you don't really talk about too much. You didn't really. Yeah,
you don't disclose.
You don't disclose even people's names. But now it just seems like you just could learn.
A lot of people didn't even want to be on camera.
They didn't. You're right. But I don't know. I mean, how does that function today?
I don't have the answers for you because, I'm not your generation, but I looked up to that generation and I followed those rules and those guidelines from your generation. So I just think this day and age and technology, social media, everything is right in front of your face. It's quick, it's fast, that from a click of a button you can learn anything. We call it a YouTube and Google Academy. So if you want to know anything, those are your two resource centers. Yeah. But as far as the street aspect, I don't know. Now it's like, let's see who can get the most numbers of disrespecting each other online. Let's see who can hit the 100,000s and millions. Let's see who can throw away their life in front of the whole world and crash out in front of the whole world and fucking videotape it.
Yeah.
Let's see who can just get their whole hood indicted by giving up too much information where the police don't even have to fucking come out in the field no more. They just all sit back in a room and watch the fucking internet and be like, yep, we gonna go pick them up. Yep, they hang right there. Yep. Well, he said he was gonna kill him. And he said he was gonna kill her. Well, one of them end up dead, so we gonna put that together. It's like y'all doing their work for him. So I don't even have an answer for that. That shit goofy to me.
It's a crazy time. I just like I said, it's a crazy time.
And then you find yourself getting involved on accident. So I just learned that everything doesn't need a response. You know, we still got goofy shit. Everybody, look, the internet makes everybody be who they really want to be. So if you really want to be tough and you're not that, you can say anything to anybody on the internet and nothing's gonna happen to you. At least for the most part. Some shit do happen. Niggas have died on the fucking internet. We have seen that. But for the most part, you can just hide your face, hide your true identity, and talk crazy.
What are you working on now? What's going on with you right now? Because I know you've been dropping some music. You've been consistent with the music, that's for sure. What projects we got coming out?
Trying to get that together with me and Davies. Trying to get this emotion with me and Mozzie. You feel me? I'm gonna drop a record with me and him anyway. We got a few records that we never dropped yet.
I like Mozzie. I think he's really talented.
I love that nigga.
Yeah, he's very talented.
That's one of my closest peers in this. He not a peer. That's my brother. This nigga shows so much love, unconditional. Like whatever he need, I got it, and whatever I need, he got it. So that's different. Trying to work on a new tape. And I need to right now in this climate that Kendrick said my name and the homies' names on the Grammys. So I have to live. But I tell people I don't want to just try to live in this moment and make it a moment. That's like he gave us leverage for a lifetime to do so many other things, you know what I mean, despite just music. So I just gave y'all and broke down everything that I'm doing with the nonprofit. That's like my baby. So I do that a lot. Trying to really help them, soak the seeds. And just working on myself as a fucking man and a father. But I know this is about, me as a person and an artist. I got some shit coming for sure. I can fucking probably drop every day if I wanted to. I got so much music. So then it was called oversaturation. Now it's like you have to oversaturate yourself so they can fucking know who you are. So
how did that feel when you heard your name shouted out at the Grammy? Were you watching it when it happened?
No, I was actually eating with the family outside. We are from the trenches. We have PTSD. So when too many people call your phone, you think something happened.
Yeah.
So my girl mom called me. Then I get a missed call from my mom. So I said, okay, mom's and mother-in-law calling me. Is there something happened?
Yeah.
And then my son come up to me like, Dad, Mimo said that Kendrick just said your name on the Grammys. I'm like, I don't think so. Maybe she heard something because niggas would have been calling my phone. Right when I said that, my phone started ringing. And my boy Jay Estrada, he grew up with Kendrick. And he called me. And as soon as I answered the phone, he like, yeah, nigga. Yeah, I told you, nigga. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, what did he say? So he like, I'm going to send you the clip. When I seen the clip, it wasn't that he like, oh yeah, shout out to my nigga Glass and shout out to K-Boy. He said, Glasses, Problem, Bad Luck, K-Boy, Daylight, Mike Stroh, Pause. These are the artists that influenced me and inspired me to be the artist I am today. J-Rock, Schoolboy Q, Ab-Soul. He named all of us as his inspiration. Nigga, I didn't know I inspired you, cuz.
Yeah.
I knew that we just came up in the trenches rapping together in the Top Dog studio in the house in Carson and all that. Like, I didn't know that you was sitting over there in the corner saying like, yeah.
Peeping the game.
Yeah, I fuck with that. I want to be like that. Like, what?
Yeah. I'm going to tell you a crazy story. When I was telling you about J-Rock earlier, how I played his Lift Me Up record. I didn't know J-Rock. I never had met him. And I was like, not just that first day that I played it, but I was playing it after that. Like, I just went in on the record. And then I started playing, I believe, California Soul. And the first time I met him, it was crazy because I didn't know what to think because I heard Nickerson Garden. So I'm like, because it was always half and half with me. It was like, I might play somebody I don't know, but then I meet him and then he's a knucklehead. And then I got to kind of read that quick because sometimes I would like, I didn't want to help out a knucklehead like that because I don't want to make you famous and then you go be a knucklehead somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? It's like kind of defeats the purpose. I want you to win. The only way to win is to have your head on right. So when I met J-Rock, I didn't know what to think. I was like, okay, I hope this guy's like, oh, what's up, blood? It's niggas, you know what I mean? But he was the coolest, chillest, kind of quiet guy. You know what I mean? Hey, nice to meet you, Julio G. I'm a big fan. Thank you for everything you did for me, man. My mom was listening and everything. Hey, this is my little homie K-Dot. Hey, he said, hey, I'm dope, but this dude's the truth. And I never had a rapper. I only had one other instance, but rappers don't do that.
Fact.
That's why I respect J-Rock so much, and I'm glad for his success, because he never was like, because he should have been, it's me, I'm the one they playing. You know, it wasn't about that. He straight told me, hey man, hey homie, I'm dope, but the little homie right here is the one. I'm like, oh, that's how I met. Oh, all right, K, all right, little homie. Like, okay, so you the one, huh? So that's how we started our relationship.
Our energy, bro. Like, he from Watts. You know what I mean? That's the East Side. I'm from the low bottom. I'm from South Central, but that's the East Side. I think that's just in our DNA, because I'm always talking about somebody else other than myself. Like, you've been asking me these questions, but I brought my little homies, and I done probably said Baby Moving and Gang of Times in Eastwood, because it's not I'm just doing it because they right here. It's because you gotta shed light and give them opportunity too. Because guess what? I might not be the biggest rapper. They might be the biggest one, because guess what? K-Dot's the biggest nigga in the world, and he was J-Rock's hype man.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true, man.
And people don't understand that. He was just tagging along all the time. Rapping, tagging along. Like, we seen that. We seen that, and we seen like, damn, this nigga K-Dot hard. We knew he was going to be big, like I said, but we didn't know this nigga was going to be fucking humongous, the biggest nigga in the rap game. To give my nigga his flowers and his kudos, I think everybody was talking all that shit about what he not going to do, who he's not going to help. He put unknown rappers on from the world on his GNX album that is platinum. So that means they got a plat coming, and they can use that for their leverage. He went back in the day and shouted out his friends. I'm one of them.
Yeah. And he put the Hispanics on. Big on that GNX. Yeah. But give us a great look.
Come on,
that's
Peso,
a beautiful look. Peso, Lefty, and just the Spanish singer, the mariachi girl that's
that
in
he's
there.
Seen at a Dodger game.
Yeah. So I respect that a lot from Kendrick, because he didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? He could have just kept it on his own, but the way he opened up for the West Coast and then reached out to the Hispanics, you know what I mean? You know, you got to respect that. Okay, but I want to ask you, I'm kind of getting to the end of this interview, but I wanted to ask you, I seen in another interview that you said that you got shot 4 times. Can you explain that, what happened in that experience and what that was behind?
It's really just
was it just gangbanging shit?
No, it was really just straight to the point. It's nothing that I will never hide or anything. It's no Superman story. I was sitting in front of my apartment building. At that time, I was staying in the borderline of the Harlem 30s and the Fruitown Brims. And I was waiting on Ace. We was going to do our first paid show as the Block Boys. And I seen Ace coming down the block. I got to tell this story entirely, and I'm glad that you asked me this, because it's a young nigga that's my boy. His name is Tall Ken. You know what I mean? Alshon Martin. He from Hoover. He was there that night. And he was in another car, but he was with me. So the only reason why he was on the block with me is because he had all these disrespectful face tattoos. And I just feel like I don't never put people in a position to be like, why you bring this nigga over here? Because we was going to all meet up at the gas station. And I was like, nah, just meet in front of my apartment building, because I know everybody right here and ain't nobody going to be outside right now. And he went through a lot, because a lot of my homies, my peers, my family thought he had something to do with it because he left. But he was in the car with 2 females that was scared for their life, because he was right in the car in front of me. And when a nigga pulled up on me, just was like, what's bragging? So I already knew where this was going, but I didn't think it was going to go that far. I'm like, what's cracking, cuz? Because I feel like everybody know me. So if you from this area, and once I tell you where I'm from and my name, you're going to be like, oh yeah, okay, the homies know who you are. That nigga didn't give a fuck about none of that. That nigga asked me where I'm from. I told that nigga I didn't even finish my sentence. And he aired my car out.
Oh, so you're in the car?
Yeah, he pulled up right next to me. Oh. So it was like gun in the window.
Oh, man.
I thought I was dead. I thought I got hit in my face and all that. But thank God guns have kick if you ever shot one for real. You know, if you don't hold it the right way, because everybody think this is a fucking movie and everybody think they supposed to fucking hold a gun sideways and with one hand. Yeah. Thank God he wasn't the killer. And all the bullets went down. Instead of it didn't hit my face. Some bullets still in my pelvis. I got hit in my pelvis, my stomach, my leg. I only say 4 because I don't count the other bullet where it's just skinned my arm. But yeah.
How long did it take you to recover?
It took me 2 years to walk again.
2 years?
Yeah.
Wow. What's going on through your mind in those 2 years as you're sitting there? Because that's
very depressed. and motivating at the same time. At that particular time, 50 movie came out, Get Rich or Die Trying. And I was inspired by when he got shot and he had to get back to the shit and rapping and all that. But what really motivated me is that's when everybody started cracking. I think they did the XXL shit when it was Glasses, Nip, and J-Rock sitting at the table. And I was supposed to be there, but I missed it because I'm healing. That's what made me, was like, I got to get up. At first, I was all depressed on some whatever, take my time, in my own head, course, nigga, emotional, fucked up. But then I'm like, man, I got to get back out there cracking because all the homies is cracking. And I'm here, healing, therapy every fucking day, trying to learn how to walk again. So,
well, I'm glad you're doing better, man. I'm glad you're doing better and you got yourself going. And I'm glad you're doing your thing with the kids and everything because it's very important. You know what I mean? It's very important that we got to do something with this cycle. You know, it's a crazy cycle. And I've seen it for so many generations. Just, you know, that's why I always try to work with kids when I can or whatever I can do in the community. You know what I mean? You see that one of my plaques up there is the key to the city of Compton.
Yeah, that's fire.
Yeah, that's the key to the city of Compton. That has to do with me doing a lot of work in the city of Compton.
Yeah,
in the
I can't
90s.
wait to get the kids because this nigga right here, that's Baby moving. So that's the reason why I'm there. If he would have never told me he want to do podcasting and all that, and I never was like pushing him to the side like, nigga, you don't want to do that shit, and I go, I would never be telling y'all the story of what I'm doing that's very fulfilling with me. You know what I mean?
Tell me something about Nipsey Hussle, because you guys used to run together. You guys from the same little group at that time.
Yeah, we came up together,
Yeah, you came up together. How did you meet Nipsey, and how did you guys start getting down with each other?
Gangbang / rap story. Me and Nipsey met each other at the Mixed Nuts Comedy Club. And if anybody is a real LA person, we shouldn't have been there. It's on 10th and Washington. That's the Biddy Stones.
Yeah.
So, but we both trying to get our career together. It was like a showcase. He was rapping and I was rapping. I think G Unit was popping. That's why I'm saying I think that's like 2004, because Nipsey and them have Hood Unit tatted on their hands instead of G Unit, because they neighborhood niggas, and I'm from gangsters. So we meet. I don't meet Nipsey Hussle. I meet Thundercat. You know what I mean? I meet him as Thundercat. Yeah. That's his gang name. So I'm like, you know, K-Boy, I'm 4A gangster. I'm little Thundercat, 6-0. Hey, you did your shit. Oh, for sure I did. We was like, for sure, we gonna see each other. Yeah, for sure, it's all good, it's all love, boom. Ironically, back in the day, Crenshaw and Slauson had VIP music. My homeboy Marlon, but we call him Chords, super producer. He helped out with Ty Dolla $ign and them in the pushes in the beginning stages. It was Chords and Jacasso, rest in peace. Jacasso was one of Joe Moses' best friends, producer, dope. Anyway, I go to VIP music, I'm talking to Chords. Chords look up and go, "Are you straight over here, K-Boy?" I'm like, shit, I know a lot of real 60s, but you never really say for straight nowhere. I'm like, why? He like, they finna walk in here. So when I look up, they really about to pass, but Nip is in the group. So Nip lean back and go, "No, you could." And I'm like, yeah, we did the Mixed Nuts. So he like, all right, so we kind of chop it up. And he like, nah, cuz hood. Cuz super hood. So I meet about like 10 niggas. The crazy thing about LA is Crips will have two different last names. Either your last name is Neighborhood Crip or your last name is Gangsta Crip. And we not supposed to get along technically. So when they heard Gangsta Crip, they didn't even care about the street. So I'm from the East Side. We have a different politic than the West Side niggas that I only got time to get into. But they just know that when you hear Gangsta Crip, their eyes get real big. So they didn't even care about what street I said. But Nip let me see that he was somebody. It was good, no disrespect. They left. Ever since that day, we've been locked in, deeper than music and rap. And we became real friends. He put out bullets and had no names. Niggas was liking him from my area. I brought him to the hood. Took him on 48th and Central. We had a barbershop at that time and a t-shirt shop. That was your homie Harv had that. And he came, passed out his mixtapes and all that. Homies loved it, and shit, the rest history. And I kept going to Crenshaw and Slauson anytime I wanted to. Became a bond, became a brother bond. Started calling each other kids, nieces, and nephew, and we've been locked in ever since. And Sam used to always give me game about business and all that. That's why, full circle, I'm doing this stuff with the youth. Sam like, pull up. It took one text.
Wow.
It wasn't like, yeah, give me some time because Sam's super busy. You know what I mean? A shout out to Sam. You know, he lost his brother, and ironically, I lost my brother a year before Nip.
Really? Wow, man. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Last time I seen Nipsey Hussle was I was doing a show with Cypress Hill for the Made in America, Jay-Z's thing.
Yeah.
So we did it out here, the LA one, and he was backstage, and we chopped it up for a minute because we were just talking about, you know, old stuff, you know, because we hadn't seen each other in a minute. Oh man, how you been? And whoop, whoop. But I always got to tell people like about him is that he was very professional. He didn't like, he was a business guy. He was a Crip when he knew how to turn it on and off. Like he knew when to, he adjusted very well in his situation. Everybody loved him, man. He just had a great personality. I think everybody he had a great energy. He had a great energy. Yeah, he did.
What I like to tell everybody is his energy, and I really think that it's really his roots from being Eritrean and really being African, and that shit, nigga, glowed through him and his brother, but really Nip.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's such a sad story, man. He was such a good guy, man. I'm glad that he was able to leave some music, and I can't wait to hear his new project because I know they're gonna drop something, you know. So we can't wait to.
Sam,
yeah, we can't wait to hear that, man. That's gonna be incredible. K-Boy, it's really good to see you, man. I'm glad you came through, man.
No, it's a pleasure, bro.
Yeah, this is great, man. This is cool. I always wanted to, you know, be able to rap to you. And it's a little bit different than the radio. That's why I like doing podcasts, because I could just ask different things that I just probably couldn't really ask you on the radio. You know what I mean?
No, this is legendary, bro. You're a legend out here, and
I
people don't know who the fuck you are. They need to fucking Google, nigga.
Yeah, that's right. Well, check it out, man. It's Julio G. Of course, it's Westside Radio. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. We're gonna check you on the next one, of course, and make sure to get with K-Boy, Eastside K-Boy, all his music, hot. Make sure you go check it out, man. Peace, y'all. Westside Radio. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? This is the Thug Lord Tupac. Be sure to check out Westside Radio.